Alain de Royer-Dupre's Americain, an Australian-owned French staying star, arrived for the 150th Cup with an unknown reputation. But when he stormed home from midfield and claimed the Geelong Cup at his first Australian start, it was obvious that he had brought his A-game down under, and he lined up in the Melbourne Cup as one of the main hopes, behind star wait-for-age galloper So You Think.
The leaders Americain just off them, followed by Harris Tweed. Precedence getting over close to the inside. Bucciolati diving over their heels towards the rail. Shootout was next. Harris Tweed on the improve ahead of him. Campanologist next. And dropping well back in the field at a moderate tempo only was Shocking, who's outside of Lenton, and Profound Beauty went back to last. It's Once for Wild going up on the outside of the stablemate Desperado in the early stages. Zavita's third. Harris Tweed was caught wider out, and they followed Mr. Medici. And then came Holberg, So You Think, staying one away from the rail, within about 5 lengths of the leading horses early. Shootout next to the outside from Americain. MALUCKYDAY not far away from Tokai Trick getting up on the rail. Campanologist Red Ruler followed Illustrious Blue. Then came Bucciolati, Monaco Consul. Linton caught a little wide as they make their way towards the turn out of the straight. He's followed then by Managar over on the inside. Precedence as well back from Profound Beauty, and then zipping third last. Master O'Reilly, and Shocking from his outside barrier had gone back to last of all. Once for Wild is the leader in the Cup, and he ran along at a good tempo. Jim Cassidy on the mare. Once for Wild by about 3 lengths here. In second placing, Desperado, shaded by Harris Tweed. About a length and a half away behind these horses is Zabeel, who's handily poised. He's being followed closely in the field by Holberg, who's not too far away over on the outside. On the rails with him is Mr. Medici, and then So You Think about 6 or 7 lengths from the leader. Then Tokai Trick, and they're followed by Shootout, MALUCKYDAY, Illustrious Blue, midfield the rail, Americain the outside, and then Red Ruler, Bucciolati, followed by Campanologist, Managar, next outside Profound Beauty, being followed by zipping over on the outside, and then Precedence, Monaco Consul, zipping, Master O'Reilly, and Shocking brings up the rear. Once for Wild for Jimmy Cassidy, and Gay Waterhouse with a 4-length lead. Harris Tweed, Desperado, Zavita's running fourth, 1200 left to go. Mr. Medici is fifth, and they're followed by So You Think and Holberg together. Holberg is out 3 wide, 1 to Tokai Trick. He's followed by Shootout, and then MALUCKYDAY starting a move now, followed by Americain, and behind them Illustrious Blue, Red Ruler, Campanologist, Bucciolati, Managar, Profound Beauty. Well back in the field is Linton. He's being followed then by Precedence, zipping, then Monaco Consul, and towards the end still is Shocking and Master O'Reilly. Up to the turn now. Once for Wild, the narrow leader from Harris Tweed, Desperado. So You Think is poised on the outside as they swing around the turn. Next is Mr. Medici. Back behind those horses then is Shootout and Zabeel. They're on the swing for home. And here Desperado trying to get up on the inside. Once for Wild, Harris Tweed, MALUCKYDAY, Tokai Trick stayed on the inside. He's dashed to the front. Here comes So You Think down the outside with 250 metres to go. So You Think it's raced up. Americain is a danger, then Harris Tweed. Tokai Trick the rail. So You Think in front. Americain is coming at him hard. Americain race past So You Think, and then MALUCKYDAY. Americain for France, coming right away. Americain is coming away. Americain Trevienne.
A famous victory for the French. Americain storming past So You Think, who couldn't quite see out the 2 miles, and holding off MALUCKYDAY, who didn't get the clearest of room in the straight. It would be a pioneering win too, as the victory would pave the way for future French stars to aim at our most prestigious racing prize. Team Williams are steadfast in their pursuit of Melbourne Cup winners. Efficient in 2007 had given them a taste of Cup glory, and they wanted more. So they did what was necessary and went to Europe and brought some of their most promising stayers back home for a Cup assault. Green Moon was just one of those imports, but from the day he got here, he continued to improve as a racehorse. And after he had claimed the Newcastle Cup and finished runner-up in the Caulfield Cup the previous spring, they set their sights on the first Tuesday in November in 2012.
Before the start for some reason. They're off. And Dunedin might have been a little bit slow. Lights of Heaven began well, so did Waterhouse. Zabeel scooting over heels early. Galileo's Choice jumped away well. Green Moon is right up there with Miriam in the early part, and Glencaddam Gold and Killiney aren't too far away. Precedence going up about the middle of the field as they settle down. Red Cadet's gone right back as well. Cavalryman towards the end. Mount Athos has about 4 or 5 behind him. The Charge joining up with the course proper now, and Glencaddam Gold goes to the lead. He's in front of Lights of Heaven, improving out deep around Ethiopia, who's right up there on the speed. Closely being followed by Killiney and Murian over on the fence. Pretty bunched lead there. Just behind those, Galileo's Choice outside, Green Moon, My Quest for Peace, Fiorente. Sanagas next on the outside. They're being followed Waterhouse, Americain sneaking up on the inside. Followed Precedence, and then Jackalberry 2 lengths to Niwot, Tactabwastron, Mount Athos, who's starting to stride around the field. MALUCKYDAY, Red Cadeau, and they're followed by Cavalryman. Dunedain has gone right back. He's third from last, and behind him is Winchester. Unusual Suspect, and Zabillionaire is back at the tail of the field. So Glencaddam Gold has the lead in the Melbourne Cup. Out to the Riverside, 2.5 lengths on Lights of Heaven. Killiney is running third, and Ethiopia is holding down fourth. One further back is Miriam getting a good run from Galileo's Choice. A length further back is Green Moon, then Fiorente, My Quest for Peace, and Sanagas. One to the grey to Waterhouse, Americain next on the inside, being followed by Precedence and Jackalberry as they race up the side. Mount Athos next on the outside. Behind these, Niwot as they go past the halfway mark. Tactabwastron improving on his outside. They're being followed Red Cadeau, MALUCKYDAY, Dunedain, Cavalryman well back with Unusual Suspect. Winchester second last. The Billionaire still brings up the rear. So Glencaddam Gold, 1,300 to go, a length and a half clear. Lights of Heaven running second. Killiney is third. Ethiopia's fourth. And then came Murian. Galileo's Choice enjoying a good run. One to Green Moon. They're followed further back by Fiorente. Behind these, My Quest for Peace. Sanagas has been wide. Waterhouse, Mount Athos, Americain nowhere to go from Precedence. And then came Tactabwastron, Jackalberry. Well back is Niwot and Red Cadeau. MALUCKYDAY, Dunedain still giving them a long start coming down the side. And he's being followed then by Unusual Suspect, Cavalryman, Zabillionaire. Winchester's back at the tail. 800 left to go in the Cup, and MALUCKYDAY the leader, or rather Glencaddam Gold the leader. A length and a half in front of Lights of Heaven running second from Killiney. They're being followed Fiorente, creeping into it. Galileo's Choice on the outside from Sanagas. Waterhouse back behind those horses. My Quest for Peace, who's over on the fence. Now they corner it. Americain has made his way to the outside, and Dunedain's a fair way back. Glencaddam Gold had the lead. Here's Miriam after him, and Green Moon is coming on. Killiney's joining in the middle too. They were clear then from Fiorente, starting to work home, and then came Jackalberry. Glencaddam Gold is grabbed by Green Moon. Green Moon dashed to the lead in the Melbourne Cup, followed by Killiney. Fiorente starting to come home. Green Moon out in front from Prebble. He's 2 lengths clear from Fiorente, and Green Moon wins the Melbourne Cup by a length and a half. Fiorente.
Perfectly ridden by Prebble, Green Moon used a devastating turn of foot at the top of the Flemington Straight to put a gap on his rivals. Then held on gamely to give Team Williams their second Cup in 6 years. It was justification for the time and money spent on identifying the right type of horse that could come here and claim our greatest race. Something that has become the norm for everyone looking for their piece of Cup glory.
Saintly on the outside, Fernande strikes back, net 8. Saintly's got the photo in the Cox plate.
Ethereal's coming hard. The Caulfield Cup winners grab the lead, and Ethereal does the double. Might and Power has gapped them in the Caulfield Cup. What a win, he's won it by 7 lengths. But Dukes digs, he lunges and wins a magnificent Guineas. We've seen one of the very great Guineas.